Hello, Rail Splitters. Today we highlight aspects of the Lincoln community with inside looks on those behind the special things that Lincoln has to offer. I'm Andrew Hamilton, and this is Splitter View. Time where the whole school virtually comes out to show their support and their fellow classmates and community for the 12th annual Poetry Slam has come around once more. I, alongside Sydney Orr, will give you a more of an in-depth look on the process of the Poetry Slam.
Poetry, literary work in which special intensity is given to the expression of feelings and ideas by the use of distinctive style and rhythm. Join us as we take you on a look at what has become one of the most highly anticipated events of the Lincoln school year, bringing in nearly thousands of students. This is the Poetry Slam.
And do you know what the worst part of running a place is? It's that you don't get anywhere.
Expressions with news, directions confused, sounds all the same.
This skin is the corn of all that was within us and how to show people with less involvement in the dirt that we came from.
For 12 years, Lincoln has annually brought a showcase of talent to openly express themselves to the school. In recent years, the Performing Arts Center has grown in attendance. We caught up with the two people behind the production of this show.
Ms. Lopez and I have worked kind of off and on together with the Poetry Slam over the years also. I've always been the kind of the guy that does the logistics for it, lining up the talent, lining up the classes that come down to view it, kind of the lights and the behind the scenes stuff. Ms. Lopez is always very helpful, helping me get talent and kind of coaching the poets, because she's always had a internal interest in poetry.
Personally, I find it very cathartic, and I several years ago started something called Open Mic Fridays in my class, where students could share an original poem in front of the class, and it really started sort of organically, and it's to me a really good community builder, and it also allows students to express themselves.
And while they do express themselves, one can only wonder what's going on within the minds of the performer when the time calls to take the stage.
You actually can't see the audience when you're on stage because of the light that's hitting you. I kind of just look forward. I feel a rush of anxiety just all over the place because I never know how the audience is going to react, but as soon as I hit that stage, it's like I'm in my zone.
So hand me a number, a letter, a red check in the upper right-hand corner. Know that I am and will always be more than a grade.
The 12th annual Poetry Slam will be held Wednesday, April 15th during second and third hour periods in the Performing Arts Center. You'll probably be surprised to find out that a good portion of the appearances and programs of the high school is due to the parents. Bina Dennis highlights a special parent who truly plays her role in Supermom.
Moms are always there to help, but there's one who goes above and beyond to reach out to the school. When all hope is lost, who do you call? Lincoln's very own Supermom.
My name is Laura VanZomeren. We love this community, and the high school needed some help, and I decided that this would be a really good thing for me to do, so I took the lead on it. I'm part of the Link Parents group, so that connects me to a lot of people. Athletics has been really helpful. It's been out on Twitter and Facebook, and having kids spread it around is really great too. What we have done so far is we started with the concession stand in the main entrance to the school and painted that. We had a painting company that's owned by some people, some parents here at Lincoln. They painted the first part for free. I redid the trophy cases to make them look nicer. And then we moved on to paint the front wall at the front entrance and put a banner up, and I think that's more welcoming. And then we painted the wall outside the West Gym and put Lincoln Wrestling.
But it doesn't stop there. Look what else Supermom has done for our school.
Athletics department really wanted something done at the pool, so we decided to put that together, and we had 55 people from the community show up. I think people had fun, and then we swam afterwards and had pizza, and I think it was a really great opportunity for people to volunteer.
Supermom has great plans for the future, including
we need to finish this because it was great, but then people just were done, including myself, so we quit and we need to finish it. And then the West Gym got a new beautiful floor, and it would be great to paint that and make that look really nice for the community.
Thanks, Supermom, for all that you've done for our school. We look forward to your future projects.
And we would like to give a special thanks to everyone at Anderson Paint Company, as well as BC Contractors. It's most likely that you've gone to a Lincoln Rail Splitter game and heard a legendary voice over all the cheers and excitement. In this interview, Chris Brower and Audrey Jaworski gets a face-to-face with the voice of Lincoln.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Lincoln High School and tonight's basketball contest between the Hornets of Saline High School and your Lincoln Rail Splitters!
I'd like to introduce you to Mr. Geof Bush. He's been announcing Lincoln High School sports for 20 years. He is the voice of Lincoln.
I was at a basketball game back in 1995-96 season at Lincoln, sitting with some friends, and the announcer they had was, you could say, subpar. In his defense, he was also running the clock, which I have tried to do and announce as well, and it's an extremely difficult thing to do. And one of the people sitting with me said, geez, I'll bet you could even do a better job than that. And I said, well, thank you, I think. And 4 days later, the athletic director, Sid Wright, called me, said, I understand you want to announce our basketball games. And that Friday was my first game. One thing I really enjoy is for a lot of the kids, it's the first time they have ever heard their name announced publicly. And to be able to call their names when they make a shot, when they make the basket, when they do something, it's a great feeling to be able to do something like that and highlight these kids. Every few years I start thinking, well, maybe it's time to hang it up. Hang up the microphone, let somebody else do this. About that time, one of the underclassmen will come up and say, Mr. Bush, we really enjoy what you're doing. Please don't leave before I graduate. And I realized they're a freshman or a sophomore. So this year it happened again, and Lake Mackenzie, one of the women's basketball players, came up to me. She's a sophomore. She said, please stay until I graduate. So I've got at least 2 more years to go.
Mr. Bush has enjoyed announcing the games and plans on continuing for future seasons. Back to you in the studio.
And a special thanks to Mr. Bush. The games wouldn't be the same without him. And that's all we have for this episode of Splitterview. I'm Andrew Hamilton. Enjoy your spring break.